Wobblies, welcome to Wobbly Otter Outdoors. I'm Chris, and in this episode we are taking a look at 8 compact stoves that would be great in preparing for an emergency. The purpose of this video is to look at small stoves that would be great for packing away in an emergency kit in case you are out of power and you need to cook food or boil water. This is the folding stove by Sterno. When it's all packed up, it is 6 1/4 inches square and about 5/8 inches thick. The Sterno folding stove weighs 9.7 ounces. When it is open, it is 6 1/4 inches square by 4 5/8 inches high. Sterno in the Sterno folding stove. This is Coghlans folding stove. When it's all folded up, the Coghlans stove is 6 3/4 inches square and about 1/2 inch thick. The Coghlans folding stove. It weighs 14.1 ounces. The pan rest across the top is about 9 inches. It is 6 3/4 inches square and about 4 inches high. Sterno fuel in the Coghlans folding stove. This is a little alcohol or spirit burner kit. This particular one is by Alocs. The little alcohol or spirit burner kit weighs 5.7 ounces. When it's open, it is 3 3/4 inches wide and about 2 3/8 inches high. And when it's all packed up, it's the same size. Using the alcohol spirit burner in the Coghlans folding stove. This is an ultralight backpacking gas stove that screws directly onto the top of an isobutane fuel canister. When all packaged up, it is 3 1/8 by 1 5/8 by 2 1/4 inches. The little ultralight backpacker's gas stove weighs 4.1 ounces. When it's all opened up, the pan rest is about 3 1/2 inches wide and it's 3 inches high on its own. The ultralight backpacking stove with isobutane mix. This is a leg extension gadget that works great to make the small isobutane fuel canisters more stable. This is a three-legged folding gas stove. This particular one is made by Alocs. When it's all packaged in its bag, it's about 4 inches square by 2 3/4 inches thick. The three-legged gas stove by Alocs weighs 7.2 ounces. When it is all opened up, its pan rest is about 5 1/4 inches across, and it is 2 3/4 inches high. The Alocs three-legged stove with the isobutane fuel. This is the Red Camp folding gas stove. When all packed up in its box, it is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4 by 3 3/8 inches. The Red Camp gas stove weighs 13.7 ounces. When all opened up, it is 5 inches across for a pan rest size, and it is 3 inches high. The Red Camp with the isobutane fuel. This is a Firebox Nano stove with an added Trangia burner. When put away in the X case, the Nano is 5 1/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches by 0.81 inches. The Firebox Nano X-Case kit with Trangia burner together weigh 1.3 pounds. When the Nano stove is all opened up, the pan rest is about 6 3/4 by 6 1/2 inches, and the Nano is 4 3/4 inches high. The Nano and Trangia burner with isobutane fuel mix. This is the 5-inch Firebox stove with an added Trangia burner. When all folded up, the Firebox stove on its own is 7 5/8 by 5 inches, and it's about 1/2 inch thick. 5-inch Firebox stove with the Trangia burner weighs 3.8 pounds. The Firebox stove's pan rest, if you're measuring across, is about 7 inches. The stove itself is about 5 by 5 inches square and 7.5 inches high. Hi, Gooby. How are you? Are you helping? We're going to switch it up, and for the 5-inch Firebox stove, we're going to use a 1-pound propane bottle. The Firebox is a little bit taller, so it makes it easier for the hose to reach to the top of the bottle. They make adapters that switch the lino valve so that it adapts to fit the 1-pound bottle. When considering a stove, what you want to look at too is what kind of fuel it uses, how much the fuel costs, how much space the fuel takes up, and how easy and safe it is to use. The 4 types of fuel we're looking at in this video are jellied alcohol, Sterno, liquid alcohol, we're specifically looking at denatured alcohol, also isobutane or mixed butane fuels, and the 1-pound propane bottles. Of those 4, Sterno will work for warming, but if you're planning on trying to boil water or cook food over it, it's not going to be probably your first choice. The reason is Sterno will bring to boiling 1 cup of water in a covered pan in about 12 minutes. It will bring 2 cups of water to boiling in a covered pan in about 21 minutes. So you're using a whole lot of fuel just to boil water. If you only want to warm or heat up something, then it's not a bad choice at all. But it wouldn't be my first go-to for cooking. It's certainly not for boiling water to make it safe to drink. So for a compact stove, that would be great for boiling water to make it safe to drink, as well as for cooking. The fuels that would be best would be alcohol, the liquid alcohol, the isobutane or mixed butane canister fuels, and the 1-pound propane bottle fuels. My 3 favorites of this group are what we use to cook the salmon, the rice, and the mushrooms. Of those three, my third favorite is the alcohol stove. It's super easy. It makes a nice flame that's not way over the top hot. To adjust the flame, you can use the little damper that it comes with. The pros for the little alcohol stove are it's small, compact, easy to store, and easy to use. The fuel for it is relatively inexpensive. The denatured alcohol is about $17 to $20 a gallon, and it comes in a metal container. You can also get the little squirt bottle containers like we do the little plastic ones if you want to have something small to fill it up with that's a little more controlled. If you decide to use an alcohol stove, rather than use just the small stand that some come in a kit, because that stand is so small, and if you have a 10-inch pan or anything over about an 8-inch pan, it could be kind of tippy. I can easily recommend this metal stove. Not only does the Sterno can fit in it, but also the alcohol stove fits in it too. And a benefit of this stove over the Sterno stove is that the height from your flame to your cooking pan is a shorter distance than it is with the Sterno. Number 2 is the little gas-powered red camp stove. We didn't have this stove before. I got it when we were looking at doing this video, and when I was looking for a stove to get for this purpose, my criteria were I wanted something simple, compact, preferably something with a piezo lighter, but something that would spread out pretty wide so that you wouldn't have to worry as much about the pan tipping off of it. The red camp fits all those needs, and I like the hose on the gas camp. It's more flexible than a lot of the hoses on the other stoves. I don't know if that means that this won't be maybe as durable as the others or not. Time will tell. I also like that it has a cover to cover up the little lino valve so that you won't have to worry so much about debris or stuff getting in there and clogging it up. Another really cool feature is that it has a wider burner. The burner size is larger, so the flame comes out of a larger area, not just isolated so much in the center, and that will make it easier to use with your pans and help cook the food more evenly. And last but not least, number 1, my favorite little compact stove on the planet is the Nano by Firebox stove. For me, this little stove has a lot of pros. I like the X-Case kit. It makes it nice and easy to store and to carry. I like that it's not heavy. You can literally take this camping with you, have it in your emergency kit. It serves so many needs. I like that the little legs can be turned to the inside so you can use smaller pots, or they can be turned to the outside, and that gives you an area for a larger pot. Other positives are you can use it with literally any type of fuel. You can use it with wood, sticks, fuel tablets, the Trangia burner, or an alcohol stove. It's just super simple, super easy, and versatile. Let us know what you think down in the comments. We'll also put product links down in the description. Thanks for watching, Wobbly Otter. We love you and hope all your tomorrows are bright. Until next time.